Assalamu alaikum. I hope you all are fine. Welcome back to MLS Online Virtual Classroom. My dear students, we are on chapter number 2, Save Our Tigers. Today we are going to do the last topic of this chapter. If you have any query up till now, the topics which we have covered, you may ask those queries in the comment section down below. Right now we are doing page number 23 where we would be learning regular and irregular verbs. In that regard, my dear students, you are supposed to open up your books and come to page number 23. There we have to learn about irregular past verbs. So my dear students, we all know that what is a verb? Verb is an action word. But today we are going to learn that what is an irregular verb. If you look at this slide, we have the verb steal and its past tense, or you can say its irregular form, is known as stole. The thief stole a painting from the museum. Now you would be wondering that, ma'am, steal and stole both are words, both denote an action, both are verbs. Then what is an irregular verb? This question would be answered in the next slide. My dear students, verb is changed per tense. That in the tense in which you are using the verb, according to it, you would change its form. In this regard, verb is divided into three categories. The first one is known as base form, past form, and past participle form. They are also known as first form, second form, and third form. For example, we have arrive. Its second form would be arrived. That can also be known as past form, and its third form would be known as arrived. Similarly, we have drink, drank, drunk. So the drank and drunk are its second and third form. The first example, arrive, is basically a regular verb, while the second example of drink is an irregular verb. If we look at these examples, my dear students, in the first one we just added d and we got the second form, and we added d to the base form and we got the third form. Such kind of verbs are known as regular verbs because you don't change the sequence of the letters of the first form. You just add d or ed at the end and you make the second and third form. Those verbs are known as regular verbs. On the other hand, if you look at the second one, drink, drank, drunk, in this base form you change the sequence of the letters, or you change them totally. For example, we used a instead of I, and then we use u instead of I. So drink, drank, drunk, where you change the sequence of the letters. Or for example, we have the verb teach, taught, taught. Those form of verbs are known as irregular form of verbs. I hope that it is clear. Next, my dear students, the previous three forms of the verb were on the basis of the tense, like first form, second form, third form, or you can say that the present form, past form, and past participle form. But on verbs pattern, just we got another categories like regular verb and irregular verb. In the previous slide we also learnt about this. For example, walk, walk. Now walk is totally copied over here and we just added ed and we got the second form of the verb. So this is regular verb. Similarly, complete, completed. Finish, finish. If you look at another example, this is paint, painted. See, we have the same walk, complete, finish, paint. The base verb is totally present over here and we have just added ed, 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 ed at the end, and thus we got the second form of the verb. Such form of verbs are known as regular. If we look at irregular verbs, catch, caught, buy, bought, eat, at, give, gave. Now see, we have changed the totally pattern and sequence, the letters of the word, spellings of the word. So this form of verbs are known as irregular verbs. Let's move forward. But remember that every form of verb has its requirement. For example, the verb eat, its second form would be ate because it is an irregular verb. You can't say that just like this girl is saying, I eat too many cookies, I drinked all the milk. No, the correct one is I ate too many cookies, I drink all the milk, because drink and eat are irregular form of verbs. You can't make its second form of verb just by adding ed. Let's move forward. Come to page number 23, exercise F. It says that complete each sentence with the correct form of verb. Here we are given the words with which we would be filling the blanks, like feel, felt, hear, heard, leave, left, sail, sold, stand, stood. Now we would read the sentence and we would identify that either this sentence is present tense or past tense. If it is present tense, then we would be using the first form of the verb, that is and if it is the in the past tense, then we would be using second form of the verb. Come to the first statement. Suddenly I was all alone when I saw the line in the woods. I dash scared. Now when I see the word was and saw, I come to know that it is the past form of the verb, then I would definitely use second form of the verb. Like suddenly I was all alone when I saw the lion in the woods. I felt scared. Similarly, come to the next statement. The animals were struggling. The zebras could not find any water, so they dashed. So what they did, they heard. First of all, look, this is also a past tense because we see there is were, there is could, so it is a past tense. Now, what they did, so they heard, they left, they sold, they stood. I think it is left. Let's see. Yes, the animals are struggling. The zebras couldn't find any water, so they left. Third statement. Our class wants a tour. Does the animal sanctuary dash tickets for tours? Now see, our class wants a tour. It means this tense is in present, so we would be using the first form of the verb. Our class wants a tour. Does the animal sanctuary sell tickets for tours? Come to the next statement. The buffalo began to run. The tracker dashed up and walked toward the buffalo. Now, if we look at began, began is the second form of the verb begin. So it means that it is the past tense. So we would be using second form of verb, and that is the tracker stood up and walked toward the buffalo. To the last one, the animals in the jungle make lots of noise. I can dash the tigers roaring. Now, if we see the animals in the jungle make, it means that it is in present form. So I would be using the first form of the verb. The animals in the jungle make lots of noise. I can hear the tigers roaring. So, my dear students, your task is that you have to do the exercise E on page number 23, the exercise which we just have done in the class right now. Its solution would be provided in the section down below this video. And then you have to revise the new words and meaning of unit number 2 as well.